I finally went shagging on the beach. Do you know what shagging is? Well, it's one thing in the US, but if you live in Great Britain, it's a totally different definition. Anyway, here in the United States, shagging is a dance. It was invented in South Carolina and is sometimes called the swing dance of the South. It's the official state dance of South Carolina. Hi, I'm Sandy from Sandy Over 70. Welcome. If you haven't subscribed already, I hope that you will. It's free. And also click that little notification bell so that you'll be notified when I post new videos. The shag got its start on the beaches of the Carolinas back in the 1940s. There was new music and teenagers wanted to dance in a new way to this music. And so they created this dance which kind of looks like the jitterbug, but it's slower and more sensuous. For years, every bar and club in the Carolinas would be packed with couples doing this 6-count dance. That is until 1954, when Hurricane Hazel hit the beaches and shut down the dancing and beach life. The kids grew up and the dance faded away. But back in the 1980s, shaggers started to bring the dance back. That's when Fat Herald's on Main Street in North Myrtle Beach started getting crowds of shaggers dancing their hearts out. Fat Herald's has become the place to do the shag. And I had heard about it from our shag dance instructors. My husband and I had taken some group lessons about 4 or 5 years ago. And the couple that was teaching it would tell us how exciting it was to go to North Myrtle Beach, where the shag had started and where it was still the most popular place for shaggers to gather. And they would watch the really expert dancers and be totally intimidated by what they saw. So I kept that in the back of my mind, and I always thought I'd love to visit there. So recently, when we planned a trip to Myrtle Beach, I decided to stay in North Myrtle Beach, which is about a 20-minute drive north of Myrtle Beach, because I wanted to be near the place where the shag started. And so I booked a hotel on the beach, and it's off season, so the pricing was great, and it looked to be close to Fat Herald's, which is the home of the shag there, and it was. The second night we were there, we decided to walk over because my phone said it was 0.8 miles to walk to Fat Herald's, and I thought, well, that's nothing. And so we did. We walked over. Fat Herald's is set back a bit from Main Street, and there's parking in front. And when we saw that every space was taken, we were really glad that we hadn't brought our car. So I was very excited to finally get to Fat Herald's. We walked in, and the first thing we saw was a food bar, and we were very hungry. We ordered the chicken tender sandwich, and it was okay. We ate our sandwiches in a booth and then headed into the dance floor. There were a few people dancing, and there were a lot more people sitting down, and I thought, ooh, I wonder if we're going to even find a space to sit. But I managed to find 2 spaces directly on the dance floor, and so we sat down. There were a few people dancing, but not very many. But then a dance class started. There were 2 professionals who led a group shag class for the beginners. And we watched. We didn't need to participate because we'd already had the beginner lessons. We knew how to do beginner shag. And so we watched, and there were a lot of people. I mean, the dance floor was filled, just as many men as women. I will say that the shag dance attracts men. It is very much a man's dance. And oftentimes when the men get really good, they start what's called showing off, and they do fancy steps. while the woman keeps up doing the basic step. This is the only dance I know of where a man can shine, because in most other ballroom dances, for sure, it's the man's job to make the woman shine. So the men really like this dance. And once you learn the basic step, you can go out there and dance and just learn a few more things and have a good time.
And 4, 5, 6, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 1 and 4, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 1 and 2, 3. 5, 6, 1 and 2, and 4, 5, 6, 1 and 2, and 4, 5, 6, 1 and 2, and 4, 5, 6, 1 and 2.
The music is called beach music, and it started on the beach, and the music is the kind of music you think of when you think of beaches. It has a nice beat, and it's lots of fun. Now, for us personally, we like to do a variety of dances. We certainly do a shag here and there, but we do a lot of other dances. But for people who just want to go out and have a good time and dance, they can learn this one dance and dance all night. There was a DJ. The dance floor was quite large and spacious. There was a second room in the back, which I'm told is used by the more expert dancers when they want to practice, but it was closed tonight. In fact, it was a Tuesday night. There were free lessons, and after the lessons, I thought everyone would stay and practice their steps, but no, for the most part, they left, which I thought was pretty surprising. So when we got up to dance, we had the whole floor to ourselves with just a few other couples, and I really enjoyed that. I got to talking to the person next to me, and she said she knew the two professionals because her grandchildren competed in shag competition. And she told me that if we came the next night, it would be full of locals. The locals seem to come on Wednesdays and Fridays. We didn't return because we had other things that we wanted to do. And also, I figured it would be, pretty crowded on Wednesday. But we had the best time just having that big dance floor to ourselves. The professionals did an exhibition dance and showed off their skills, which was nice. And when we got up to dance, I felt that even though we just know some basic steps, we were as good as anybody else that was not a professional, and we just enjoyed ourselves. Many cities, especially in the Southeast, have shag clubs. If you're interested in learning the shag, check it out and find out if there's one in your area. They offer regular dancing and dance lessons. Here in my city, our Shag Club dances every Tuesday night. I hope you enjoyed this story about Fat Heralds and shagging. Thanks for watching and have a great day.